maybe the cat would like to do the intro.
We'll pull up here and she can say live from Aurora. It's the Lobbycast. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how vocal she's going to be tonight. She could be very vocal tonight.
Just a little microphone shy. As soon as we hit record.
Running, as soon as we hit record, she shuts up, which is okay for those of you listening at home, by all means.
It's very considerate.
Sure. She's loud.
Yeah. A smudge, a.k.a. Schmittler.
Yes.
Thank you, Jordy.
Anyways, good evening and welcome to episode 307.
307.
The second for 2015. Joining myself tonight, of course, is our intrepid host, Geoff, and then my lovely wife, Erin.
Hello.
Hello.
I, of course, am Will, and thanks for joining us. We have a whole lot of news tonight. It's
so much news.
A pleasant change.
News-intensive evening.
Yay. So, something I'm really excited about, and I hope that we have an opportunity to go do, those of us who are interested, I imagine. Game of Thrones, the final 2 episodes of Season 4 are going to be shown in they've gotten the IMAX treatment, so they'll be shown at various theaters around the country in IMAX, and it will be so nice, I imagine.
Yeah. I think it's probably going to be some of the more epic endings and the more epic battles, which I think the IMAX treatment would do very well for.
Oh, yeah.
In probably trying to capture some of the scope and scale of the wall is going to be well worth the money paid to see it. So.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
This is true. This is true.
But that's going to be January 23rd through 29th, so if you have one of the IMAX theaters in your town, you definitely need to find out if they're going to be showing it there. Like I said, I'm excited about this. I'd love to see a couple episodes of that in the theater. I think that's a cool idea. It's the first TV show that they're doing this with, but there's definitely room for others to do this as well. And along with the final 2 episodes of 4, they're going to have like an extended trailer for season 5.
Cool.
Nice.
Now, I think that does beg the question, though. What other television shows would you like to see in IMAX?
True, because Game of Thrones, especially the battle sequences, does very much lend itself to that kind of scope.
Well, I think any kind of well-written drama even would do well with that.
Yes, with certain stipulations, because I was just running through my head.
It would not be CSI or Law and Order SVU.
See, and that's exactly what I had in my head. I said,
right.
Please don't say Law and Order or SVU.
No, I would never.
Really though, and this is a very intentional jab. I'm seeing NCIS. I'm just saying.
Terrible.
It's so bad. And, I watched that usually. I didn't this last visit, but usually when my mom's working, she'll have it on in the background. She's not even watching it.
That's probably okay.
But I'm not doing anything but sitting there in the room with my mom, and so I'm watching it. And it's so bad.
It's terrible. It is
so
there's
bad.
Nothing good about it. With the possible exception of the quirky technician whose name I can't recall, but
yeah, the goth girl.
Yeah, the little goth girl.
I like her, but she's just about the only saving grace of that show. And I like Mark Harmon. They just don't. Yeah. But it's almost like he's not even terribly present anymore in the episodes that I've seen.
I mean, he's getting a huge paycheck to be the star of NCIS, and he has to pretty much give the same 2 emotions every time he shows up.
Well, my question is this. How is the entire cast underused?
They do like their the tech, from what little NCIS I've seen, they do like that technique of freeze framing, cutting to commercial, coming back, and then waiting, and then the action kind of starts up again. So I think just by doing that, they've managed to chop another 10 or 15 minutes out of it.
I was going to say I'd be interested in actually sitting down with a stopwatch and then an episode and finding out exactly how much time they shave out of every episode with that particular technique.
Well,
significant.
A standard hour television is 42 minutes of content. That show may be 35.
It feels right.
It does.
Maybe. Anyway, I think that's going to be very cool. As far as other shows, I don't know. There's some good ones out there. Actually, usually they're period pieces, like The White Queen or Vikings would also do well on the big screen, I think.
Anything with scope and grandeur to it, because there's very good TV shows that I would not go into and pay IMAX prices just to see it splashed across a big screen.
Sure.
Mad Men, great show. Don't need to see it in IMAX.
No, absolutely.
But True Blood, on the other hand.
All the nudity
Absolutely.
splashed up on the giant screen. There you
see,
go.
This is why we're married.
So much nudity.
One of
This is
many
it.
reasons.
Anna Paquin, 4 stories tall.
Ew.
Well, all right. It might be horrifying.
Ew. Yeah, of the two Annas on that show, she's the least.
I'm going to let you in on a little secret.
Yeah.
I pulled that name completely out of my ear.
I was going to say
okay.
any minute now.
She's the main character.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never seen an episode in my life.
Oh, okay. Good.
I just know that there's nudity because it's an HBO show.
It's true.
True. Lots of nudity.
Anna Camp is on that show at various points throughout the run, and she's a much more attractive woman. Sorry, Anna Paquin. Lo siento, mija.
Everybody has different tastes.
That's right. That's right.
I think a lot of people would agree with me. And she's a horrible actress.
Well, she was okay as Rogue.
She was serviceable as Rogue.
Fair to equitable?
Maybe.
She rocked in the piano.
Okay.
That's.
I will take your word for it.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll leave that for our listeners to decide amongst themselves. What else you got over there?
Let's see. Better Call Saul, the series premiere, is going to follow the Walking Dead mid-season premiere. Okay. And that is, what did I say, April 8th, I think is what we saw?
Yes.
I didn't write it down. I asked you what it was.
And
I looked.
And April 8th sounds correct.
No.
Right.
February 8th.
All right.
It's because it's soon.
If only one of us had access
if only
to
there was a device.
We could consult for answers to such things.
Yes.
Yeah, it's February.
So February 8th, not April.
Right.
So for those of you that we just induced a panic into, we apologize.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's very soon.
Yeah.
Next month.
Very soon. Away. About a month away. Yeah. And the cat's going crazy. Okay.
She does that.
Sorry.
Now, normally, The Talking Dead comes on right after Walking Dead, and that's Chris Hardwick's show, and it basically covers, there's like discussion of that episode, and usually has cast members and whatnot. The cat is losing its mind right now. Okay.
This is gonna be a great episode for those of you listening at home. Yeah.
So anyway, Talking Dead will fall later in the night.
We'll be an hour later than normal, so it will not immediately follow the episode itself.
Yes.
Walking Dead, Better Call Saul, Talking Dead. There's your lineup.
And that is just for the series premiere.
Correct.
Yeah, one-off incident.
Yeah, and basically they're using the The Walking Dead as a lead-in to introduce people to the new show.
And absolutely, it's a smart way to do it because most people are going to go, oh, let's watch The Walking Dead. And then if they're diehard fans of the show, they're going to watch The Talking Dead normally, and instead they're going to be tricked into watching Better Call Saul. So hopefully they get hooked, much like the proverbial meth of the episode itself.
Yeah.
And that they keep coming back for more and more and more.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen The Talking Dead?
No.
It's kind of cool because they have cast members on there and then other celebrities who are just big fans of the show.
Okay.
And it's a little overproduced.
Okay. Random zombie
However,
cameos?
well, just,
Stuff.
it's
For people talking, it's a little overproduced, or
no. For all the little features that they have a a lot of features for a show that I think is only half an hour long.
oh, okay.
Maybe it may be an hour long. I don't know, but there's way too much stuff packed in, different little deals. So, but yeah, I think that's a good idea. And then I think the series starts up its normal time the next day, Monday on February 9th.
Okay.
And probably Monday night is going to be its normal time. And let's see, I think there's a bunch of news for video game systems, and the Xbox One just recently got Vivo, Telemundo Now, Pandora, Bravo, and Popcorn Flicks. And they also are getting DirecTV's new thing called Sling TV, and that's internet-based television. And they've got a good bunch of channels that are starting up. It's that if you elect to have it, it is not forced on you. But if you choose to have the Sling TV for $20 a month, you get access to ESPN, ESPN2, TNT, TBS, the Disney Channel, Travel Channel, Adult Swim, Cartoon Network, and HGTV. And I think, having ESPN is kind of a big deal because there are a lot of people who only subscribe to cable or satellite so that they can have access to ESPN, to their sports.
Right.
In TNT there, while it's normally a normal network, that is also the... on Thursdays, they have 2 back-to-back NBA games.
Okay.
And so they get access to some sports there. And then also, I think there was another one that gave you some access to sports as well. They may even get CBS Sports on that. I'm not sure exactly. But so that's kind of a cool deal. And then PlayStation Now is getting geared up with PlayStation's getting geared up with their PlayStation Now program where people can pay $20 a month or $44 for 3 months, and they get access to over 100 PS3 games on their PS4.
Right. And the interesting thing about that pricing scheme is that it is, of course, cheaper by month if you go for the 3-month package, but it is unlimited access to those 100 game titles.
Right, and with more to follow.
Right.
So... if you look through their titles, and I'm sure Sony has a list of them, then you find some things that you like in there, things that you didn't get around to playing. Because there are a lot of people that switched over from Microsoft consoles to the PS4 because the price difference and whatever other reasons. If they want to go back and get some of those Sony exclusive titles. That would be a great way for them to be able to do it. And PlayStation Now, while it's starting out on the PS4, it is a platform that they're going to roll out on the PlayStation Vita, and then also, I believe, Sony televisions and Sony DVD players, or Blu-ray players, of course.
So they're going to make it a pan-product experience.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's all good news. There's something for everyone in there.
Yep. I'm actually kind of excited to get Pandora because, as we've talked previously, I don't pay for the Xbox Music service, although you've told me that I should. So I'm happy to see Pandora coming too.
Find it on sale.
Yeah.
The Xbox Music.
Fair enough. I'm excited for Bravo, especially since the shenanigans that I've experienced with the Fox streaming app on the Xbox One has been less than stellar because it keeps telling me that DirecTV refuses to support the service, which is ludicrous because DirecTV is larger than anybody else that I've seen on their little page, but whatever.
Do we know why?
Well, no, what's the situation?
Okay, so like some of the other streaming apps, so HBO Go, Showtime, On Demand, all those.
Right.
I downloaded the Fox or the FX
Oh,
streaming
yeah.
app. And in order to use
FX
it,
Now.
yeah, FX Now, that's the one. And in order to use it, you have to sign in with your account that you utilize for your cable or satellite TV provider.
Sure.
So HBO Go works just fine on the
Right.
Xbox 360.
Showtime.
Showtime on demand
We've had
works
no problem.
just fine with Xbox One, Xbox 360. I go specifically to FX Now to catch an episode of American Horror Story, Freak Show, that we recorded on the DVR but missed 10 minutes of, the very last
At
10
the
minutes
end.
of. So, the usual cliffhanger moment. So I was like, oh, no problem. I'll just download FX Now. I go in, I log in, and it goes, I'm sorry, DirecTV is not supporting FX Now.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wonder if
Do they not have a contract?
it has something to do with our news about their Sling TV.
Well, and actually, there was a correction to that. That was Dish.
Oh, it's DirecTV?
Dish.
Or Dish Network, not DirecTV.
Dish Network owns Sling TV.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Quick correction for those of you watching at home. But yeah, it
Well,
says
good, because
DirecTV's...
Dish Network needs to do something because nobody
Yeah.
uses them.
No, no. Well, maybe my parents, but it's probably not the right demographic. But yeah, so I'm
it
not
works
sure if it's...
nicely with their AOL account.
Right, their dial-up.
Perfect pairing.
It's fantastic. It's right up there with their
Everyone's
1983 Cutlass Oldsmobile.
Yeah.
And I can say that safely because I know that they will never
They're not
listen to
watching
this.
us.
Why?
No.
Because this is on the internet. It's true. So yeah, I'm guessing there's a subscription issue, a contract issue. DirecTV is playing hardball. FX Now is being a pain in the ass. One of
Sure.
the two, but it's annoying. So I wish they'd figure that out.
Yeah.
So,
Be so
hopefully
keen.
Bravo works. Hopefully the other Telemundo. I may even be excited for Telemundo. I may decide to learn Spanish one day.
Orale.
Más cervezas, por favor. That's all I got.
Viva la Raza.
So FX, that is American Horror Story, and
American Horror Story, Bones,
Sons of Anarchy,
Sons of Anarchy,
Yeah.
which is now over.
which is over, thankfully.
Uh,
So we can stop
Justified,
Justified is
which
over.
is
So a
which is
lot
a
of-
fun show.
and almost over.
and some new upcoming things as well. And so you would think it would behoove them to get that up and running.
What's that new? What network is the new Dig with Jason Isaacs on?
If
I
only
don't
there
know.
was a
If
device.
only there was a device, we could.
If only
consult.
there were one of 4 devices sitting in front of us that
right within
that were
reach.
okay.
Checking.
Checking.
Dig is here.
Oh, and that is a mini.
Search-
I did not realize
search
that was a
music.
mini series.
Oh,
Good to know.
I didn't either. This is good radio.
Yeah, this is good. People at home are
Good
gotta
viewing.
be
They're
thrilled.
excited.
Hey, they're filming in Albuquerque. How about that?
Well, it looks like the Middle East.
Well, that just means that there are 2 TV shows that are going to be filming there. It's
USA.
it's
Found
USA.
it. USA
Okay.
Network.
USA Network.
Got to Call Saul or Better Call Saul or whatever it is, and Better Call Saul and Dig will also
Dig.
both be filming. It's good.
And
It's good for Albuquerque.
It's
They do
good
a lot
for
of
Albuquerque and
shows there.
and it's good for Anne Hesh because
Oh yeah, good
she
for her.
needed work. So
Yeah, I
good
like
for
her.
Good for her.
Good for her.
yes.
All right, we done with news? Do you guys have anything?
That should cover it, yes.
I think that's good for news.
Were the Golden Globes this week?
Those are tomorrow.
Oh, they're tomorrow. We'll
Yes.
talk about it next
We'll
week.
talk about
then.
it next week.
It's Golden Globes next week.
One of us might even watch it.
Yeah, it'll be
That's-
you.
and
It's
Brick.
Always you.
Oh,
Brick?
yeah. Okay.
Brick
Is
Brick
Brick
watches
on
award shows.
Oh.
Now I have somebody that will watch an award show with me without looking at me and
That's
saying,
fantastic.
I have to wash my hair, sugar, sorry.
I've even given up on that excuse. I flat out say that I have to go do something somewhere else. It's not even hair washing. I'm going to go...
I'm going to go not here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go where this isn't happening.
I'm going to wish you good luck, and I'm going to disappear and possibly go drink.
And he pops Ninja Smoke, and he's gone.
Out.
It's amazing.
So that's good. That's good. Thank you for that update.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
The only other little thing that I can think of is, and this is going to fall almost directly into the Weekly Whatchas here, but Destiny is getting a patch this coming week to
that's right.
to nerf the Crota raid cheaters. So
I better get my raid done quickly?
You better hurry up, yeah. Because on Tuesday, I'm pretty sure it's going to be back to the
Tuesday? Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry. And also in Destiny news, Destiny, Bungie, the good people there, gave out some Christmas presents this past week. Now that their servers have stabilized.
Oh, yeah, I got a rocket launcher.
If you log in, you get a free legendary item.
Wow, that's nice.
And
I got
apparently...
I forget which one it was. It's like, it has three short names, like one...
One-way ticket?
One-way ticket. That's what I got. Thank you.
Don't ask me how I know that. Now, the interesting thing is not that a developer is giving out free items to its player base. The interesting thing for me was how many people were turning to set the interwebs on fire with their loathing and despair and anguish and a fierce gnashing of teeth and a pounding of chests and a rending of clothing and a smudging with ashes because of the random legendary item that they got for free.
I don't understand.
Why?
I would like to think it's a generational thing, but apparently these people are so ungrateful that even if you got something and you're like, okay, that's neat, I'm never going to use it. First of all, it was free. Second of all, you didn't have to do anything with it. And third of all, tear it down and get free materials out of it. Call it quits, move on with your life.
What's the problem?
We didn't get exotics, or it's only one per character. It's, I don't know. I read a whole article about it and just about lost all of my remaining faith in humanity, which was limited.
It's really, really awful is what it is.
So
yeah, I can't even really comment on that because I can't curse right now, and that's really the only way I could emphasize that.
There's
word.
that. Yes.
Might sound like I have a limited vocabulary. I just really like cursing.
It's a lot of fun.
It is.
And in this situation, I would say appropriate.
Yeah, I would. It kind of sounds like it.
Yeah. So if you're one of those individuals out there, no offense, I'm sure you'll turn to your blog to spew your vitriol in my direction, but. Seriously, be grateful or don't, and just shut up and get on with your life. There are better things to get done.
And as a side note, that's his concerned voice.
That's also true. This is concerned. That's all I got. Anyways, I think we can move away from the news. Geoff.
I was trying to see if there was a release date for Elder Scrolls Online for the consoles. There's not.
Not yet.
That's going to be so awesome, though. Whenever
it's
that
gonna
date
be so
happens.
awesome.
It's going to be so awesome.
I'm excited for a couple of reasons. Number one, I'll finally be able to buy a new television and a secondary Xbox. Because otherwise I'll never be able to watch television or play games again. Love
that
it.
may be true.
I can't argue with that in any particular.
Do you know what would be like the best surprise ever?
What's that, Geoff?
It was like, oh, just kidding. It's Fallout Online. You didn't even know about it. Here you go.
Here you go.
Sweet.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. I'm going to buy 2 just to show my appreciation.
And support.
Yeah.
Fallout Online would be fantastic.
Oh, yes, it would.
Elder Scrolls Online, as long as they don't run into release day shenanigan issues, will be fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
And I do have hope because they pushed it back a couple of times to like ostensibly be fixing it.
Right.
So they can release a good product, which I wish everybody would do.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. Everybody should do exactly that instead of releasing something that is so horribly glitched that you wind up almost throwing your controller through the screen.
Yeah.
Especially me, because as we have discussed
Yes.
over the past few days, if there is a weird glitch, I will find it. I don't know how I managed to do it, but I have a talent in that area. And
If there's anyone in our broad market base that works directly for Bethesda, I have your next beta tester sitting immediately to my right. She has discovered more glitches within your games than I think anybody ever really thought possible.
Exist. And to the point where at times I'll say, wow, that was a really epic glitch. Let me look that up online and see what other people have done when they ran into that. And I can't find any information about it online because I'm apparently the only one that ran into it.
Yeah, and I have the other extreme of the experience. Like these games have these game-breaking glitches in them, and I never see them.
Nope.
I play right through.
Do. Making that noise the whole time.
Everybody else is complaining about how broken their game is. I'm like, it's the same one, right? Because mine works.
Mine's working great.
Yeah, it works and works and works.
And I'm more of a normal consumer because I experience some and I experience less. And I consider myself a normal consumer of video games.
It would have been. I wish I would have popped open my as yet unopened copy of Assassin's Creed Unity just to see if I could prove that to pop in that game and like, no, it's fine.
Yeah,
it works fine.
perfectly.
Totally cool.
What's
Fantastic.
the issue?
Don't see what everyone's complaining about.
Yeah. And other than having to wait a long time to get into a game, I didn't have problems with Master Chief Collection.
No, okay. Yeah. I still have to give that one a try and see if it's what I've heard as far as some of the bugs. But I know that they've been patching since it came out 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Anyways, I guess bottom line regarding Elder Scrolls Online, as long as they have not embraced this other industry-wide kind of mindset or belief or system that we'll release it and patch it later, as opposed to the golden days where it had to be a solid game at release date because there was no patching.
Yeah, there's no patching a cartridge.
Yeah, there's no...
There's not.
It's patched. It works.
Yeah, what was the first system that started patching games? PS2 and Xbox original?
It would have had to have been one of the two because, like you said, you can't patch a Super NES.
You couldn't patch
cartridge,
PS1 games
No.
or Sega Saturn games.
And not even hardly any PS2 games were online, from what I recall. But
Final Fantasy.
Okay.
well,
Yep.
yeah. So, but again, you didn't really hear about patching until you got into 360s.
No.
Yeah.
No, because you didn't patch Dreamcast games either.
Yeah.
I don't think. No.
Yeah.
That had to have been it.
Yep.
Newer generations.
So I'm seeing the Microsoft Store has listed February 24th as Elder Scrolls Online Day. We shall see. We shall see.
Just keep our fingers crossed.
All right. Let's get into the Weekly Whatchas.
Yes, let's.
Erin, what you been listening to this week?
My new album this week is, and I hope that I get it is a long title, I hope I get it right, is Adam Ant is the Blue Black Hussar in Marrying the Gunner's Daughter.
Wow.
Yes.
That is a long title.
It is, in fact, a long title. It is the album that he just released, I'm wanting to say earlier this year, after an 18-year hiatus. And
That's not really a hiatus.
that's early retirement.
Someone has clearly dressed themselves up as Adam Ant and started making music.
And actually, it's he's slightly different look, still very flamboyant. Also, has not changed physically a whole lot. There's been a lot of commentary online of the reason he was gone so long was because somebody woke him up from his eternal slumber to make another album.
Well,
Kate Beckinsale woke
Yeah.
him up early. It
Woke
was
him
supposed
up
to be at
early.
20 years.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Marco Peroni, and we got Adam Ant. What do you do?
It was weird. And it's a fascinating album to listen to. It's very good music. A lot of people in the British press have been saying it's great to have Prince Charming back, and I would agree. He is back.
It's a good album.
Yeah.
Nice.
The only proviso I would put on that is the editing is very rough. And I couldn't, to the point where I couldn't figure out. Like there's one on Dirty Beast. One of the songs you have problems hearing the vocals. It's not very clean editing on a few tracks, and the reason being is it's an independent release. No major label would pick him up, so he did everything on his own.
Okay. Now, did you pick this up as album or as iTunes, or are you just?
It had to be an online purchase because it is not available on CD in the States.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate, but it's good stuff. And like I said, if you can get past the rough quality of a few of the tracks, and it's a long album,
so it's demo quality.
Basically, it sounds like demos.
Okay,
and that's exactly a good summary there. And it's also quite long. There's several tracks on there. I think that it's a little under 70 minutes worth of music, but it's been great fun listening to it all week, and I knew that Mr. Ant had been back and actually touring quite successfully after his time off, and he's also turned into, I have to admire him, not just as an artist but as a person. He's become a very outspoken advocate of being more understanding, bringing mental illness out of the shadows. As a lot of people know, he suffers from bipolar disorder. It has been very much a problem in his life, particularly in the past several years, and he's gotten on top of it, come back stronger than ever, and has really determined to take the stigma and the shame off of asking for help and off of the way people perceive individuals with that disease and any mental disorder.
Sure.
So you gotta admire him for that as well.
Oh, absolutely. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. And he also has another album coming out supposedly here within the next month or two.
Nice.
He's got another one dropping. And I hope he's laughing at British record producers after nobody would pick him up. This album, Blue Black Hussar, was in the top 30 for months and was number 3 on all the independent charts.
Nice.
So it did quite well. So
that is awesome.
That's basically been my week.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good.
So, Willem?
Let's see. I've definitely enjoyed re-listening to the 2 Brian Regan albums that I have. Brian Regan self-titled and Brian Regan, the name of it just completely escaped me, but I'm sure it will come back later. Anyways, the very, very talented, very funny comedian, one of the few out there that still works completely clean, never gets into the foul language, never goes blue. Very funny, very, very, very funny. I was laughing out loud in my car on my way to and from work today. So, beyond that, on top, Lana Del Rey, of course. My kind of usual trifecta: Lana Del Rey, Miss Mister, and actually this week we got into a little bit of Paramore and some of the old classics, the Rolling Stones and Black Keys. It's been a grab bag week for me.
It so often is for you, though.
It is. It's I'm very shotgun approach to music.
Well, I've been listening to a lot of Shuffle All, mostly in my car. And then I also, along with that, listen to the Comedy Channel here in town.
Good week for comedy.
103.1, I think, is the Comedy Channel here.
That's the one.
I'm a big fan of that in the car myself.
Yeah. It's a good counter to Denver's traffic.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
It helps calm the savage beast. Yeah, we have far too much traffic and not enough smiling on the roads these days. So I try to do my part and occasionally listen to the comedy station,
which is good.
As you should.
Which is good.
Yeah. And then also listen to a couple of episodes of the Nerdist podcast.
Yeah.
And there was a new hardcore history when I finally hooked my Zune up today.
Yes, I heard that, and I haven't caught it yet. Was it good?
Yeah, I'm only an hour into the 4-hour program, and this is Blueprint for Armageddon Part 5. But this is a really enjoyable episode. It's talking about, these are all things that I knew about in my head. However, I had not put them together in context, like with other things going on at the same time. And so it's stuff like the things going on with Pancho Villa and Mexico also taking place at the same time as all that stuff with Rasputin and the Tsar's family.
Yes.
Also all going on with Germany trying to maneuver in World War I and trying to organize its unrestricted submarine warfare. It's like you don't really think about Rasputin and submarine warfare and Pancho Villa all occurring at the same time.
Very true.
You put those in different eras, really.
Yeah. Well, and that's how, unfortunately, we teach our history. As Erin just said, we compartmentalize it, and we say, this week, kids, we're going to learn about the Spanish-American War, and then next week, we're going to learn about whatever came after the Spanish-American War.
Yeah, but they're
be turning to you at this point. So you probably know all of these.
But no, I think it's true. Like you said, it's as Geoff was pointing out, you don't think of all these things happening simultaneously in the world.
And you don't think about them coinciding with Woodrow Wilson's presidency.
Right. Well, and along a similar vein as that, I recently discovered, much to my surprise, that Anne Frank was born the same year as Martin Luther King Jr.
Wow.
Makes sense. I didn't know it was exactly the same year, but sure.
Mm-hmm. But again, that's one of those things where you're like, oh, Martin Luther King Jr., famous leader of the Civil Rights
obviously
movement.
Came much later, but he did not.
Anne Frank, World War II's, small Jewish girl with a tragic diary. Apples and oranges and apples and I don't know, starfruit. It's they just don't correlate.
Yeah.
Without that correlation, you don't really see that causation.
Yeah, and that's why I'm enjoying this episode so much, and so I can't wait to get back to it. So they are so long, though.
Yeah,
sounds like it.
Yeah, this particular series is now at 20 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's really good. So Blueprint, and like I was saying, Blueprint for Armageddon is the whole thing is talking about World War I.
Okay.
But this is my favorite episode so far.
Good.
Excellent.
So
I may even look into that.
Yes.
You would really like it. I haven't listened to a lot of them, but the ones that I have are very enjoyable. I think that you would like it.
Cool.
I love the way he talks about history because you can tell how much he loves history, and it's not. You can sit there and just listen to it and not get bored with it. It's not like a lecture.
Okay.
You can tell how deep in the material he is, and how personally invested he is in the story. And man, he just does a great job.
Yeah.
Very good.
Good stuff.
Yep. But that's it for what I've been listening to.
Very good.
Oh.
What you watching?
What am I watching?
Yep.
You know what? We actually, I had to think about this way too hard earlier before we started, but I did take notes for myself.
Nice.
A little, as he said, a bit of a shotgun approach to what I've been watching this week. I did take in some Law and Order SVU, which is strange because I usually don't make that choice, and yet I did for some reason last night.
And you did for several hours.
It was like a 2.5 hour thing.
I would argue that it's just a symptom of a different choice that you've made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No denying that. So yeah, that happened for what that's worth. And the bunch of us took in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Yes.
as a Christmas present, I got the Blu-ray series.
Nice.
Yes, very nice. So we were partaking in that. I also watched a lot of Mysteries at the Museum. Big fan of that show.
Mysteries at the Museum? I do not know this show.
It is a fun show. I believe it is on the Travel Channel.
Yes.
If only there was a device.
Stand by. Do we need to hold music again, or will you just continue?
I will continue talking.
Okay.
It is. I believe it's on the Travel Channel. We have verification coming in shortly. It is a great show.
It is the Travel Channel.
It is, in fact, the Travel Channel. Okay. It basically goes around to different museums in the United States and shows you a single display and gives you the entire backstory. Sometimes it's something
on that
that's
object.
on that object, and it goes to some museums that you've heard of, like the Smithsonian and whatnot, and others that you may not have. Smaller.
Like Carl Gustav's Amazing Museum of Cheese. I don't know if that's an exact real place.
I don't think that's an actual example, but some of them seem about that random.
Right.
Sometimes it's things that are in the archives. Sometimes it's things that are out on display. And so you get, again, it's a different way of looking at a historical moment and something that you may not have known. And, I learn something every time I watch, so it's fun.
That is cool.
Yes. So I've been watching a fair bit of that, and also a movie called Only Lovers Left Alive with Tom Hiddleston.
I've got that movie.
Oh, yeah?
I haven't watched it yet.
It's interesting. It's kind of hard to go wrong with Tom Hiddleston and Tilda Swinton.
That's why I have it.
So I think you'll enjoy it. So that was interesting.
Yes. Wilhelm?
Let's see. This week I've managed to get in approximately 2.5 hours of Law & Order Special Victims Unit. It was
you made the same bad choice.
I'm so sorry.
Well,
no, that's not. That was.
I just
that may have been my fault.
It's a different bad choice because you chose not to leave the room.
That is it. I had the option to just go straight to bed, and instead I said, no, I'll stay up and hang out with my wife for a little bit. And
he sat in his chair going,
wow. And it was a 3-part episode, or a 3-part.
So you had to watch the whole thing.
And I was like, once I saw the first one, I was like, damn it. Fine. All right,
that's
fine.
pretty much what happened. We didn't even see the entire first episode. That's the sad part. We saw the last 10 minutes of the first episode and hung in there for the next 2 episodes.
Nice.
Anyway, you were saying, my dear?
2.5 hours of my life I'll never get back. I think we even started going, okay, now this will be the moment where we get the big reveal that, so we started nitpicking the very easily identifiable plot holes. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Harry Potter and we covered that one.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I didn't watch anything this week. I never watch anything. I see little bits and pieces of things and I move on.
He'll have more to say when we get to what you're playing.
Excellent.
Not by much.
Excellent.
Geoff, please make up for my lack of viewing and share with us what you've seen.
Well, I finished up season 2 of Ray Donovan.
Yep.
Really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the second season more than the first season, I believe.
Yep.
I feel really bad for Ray Donovan. I don't know if you guys have ever seen he's kind of a Hollywood fixer, but really he spends most of his time fixing things for people he knows immediately, like his family or whether.
Yep.
Get over here right now. It's like, turn the car around. There's lots of him turning the car around because he was on his way somewhere and had to go somewhere else.
Gotcha.
That kind of thing. And then I saw Neil Patrick Harris's debut on American Horror Story.
Which is in our DVR.
Yes.
Once you caught up on that.
It's fun. Interested to see what happens with his character. So he's got a cool part.
Nice.
Okay. Now this is still on Freak Show.
Still Freak Show, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So enjoying that, and then I watched a fair amount of really bad television.
Is this your normal junk food TV?
It's my mostly just my junk food TV. My junk food TV consists of Hawaii Five-0, Mentalist, Elementary, and Madam Secretary with Taya Leone. which isn't horrible, but it's still
Junk food TV.
It's still junk food TV.
Yeah.
Then I watched something that was just unnecessary.
Okay.
As
More unnecessary than SVU?
maybe
More unnecessary than CIA.
Marvel's Agent Carter,
Oh.
the new series.
What did you think?
How was it?
I watched it, and I watched it today, so it's still pretty fresh. And I was like, I don't know why this is a show. I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't as flat out stupid as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. can be.
Okay.
But it also wasn't enjoyable at all.
Okay. Now, is this just because it's the pilot blues, or is
It may be. I've got the second episode also, and I'm gonna check that out. I'll give it a second episode.
And then my follow-on question, because I've only seen 2 commercials for it while sitting through 2.5 hours of Law and Order SVU. Okay, so realistically, it was like 20 commercials, but don't hold that against me. This is about the love interest of Captain America back in the 1940s, correct?
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
I don't know why we need that.
But it is identifiable as Marvel. I guess that was my question: is would you, if it wasn't identifying as Marvel, would you guess it's Marvel?
If it wasn't for the ridiculously long set of flashbacks from the first Captain America movie that they put in there, maybe not. Howard Stark pops up a couple of times.
Okay. And what about Steve Rogers?
No, only in flashbacks.
So at least they're paying.
He's already dead at this point.
Oh, okay.
This is post Captain America.
So this is the 50s then. This would be like 46 to 50.
Actually, yeah. It is after. Not he didn't die. After he got frozen in.
Right.
We're with you.
Yeah.
He got put on ice and
Right.
he chilled out.
Nah,
Eh.
nah.
Let's see what you did there. And of course, I watched Chamber of Secrets, which I rather enjoyed. I did find it really amusing that there's been like 2 months of build up where we're going to get together and watch several Harry Potter movies and play the Harry Potter drinking game.
Yes.
And Erin holds up the sheet. You guys want to do this? No.
No.
And we watch one episode, and then and this is our lead in to the What You Playins. Brick introduced us to Trivia Crack, and
Yes,
we
indeed.
sat on the couch for another half hour or so, just
Like
playing
this.
each other on a trivia game.
Shame.
The shame. Yeah, I've got a little bit more shame, I think. Little more shame. Little more shame.
Damn you, Brick.
So, Erin, what you playing?
Let's see. I don't know if you guys have heard of Trivia Crack.
So there's this thing called Trivia Crack.
Don't know if we brought this up.
I believe it is available on the Google Play Store, the Amazon App Store, probably on the iTunes Store.
And Windows Phone.
Also on Windows Phone. Although Sam refuses to play with me, which is probably for the best.
He played one game with me.
And that's okay.
Jordan's played a couple of games with me, so I know he's playing on his phone.
Okay.
Or maybe he's playing on the PC. I'm not sure because I think it's on Windows 8 also.
Okay.
Okay.
That makes
I don't know.
Anyway.
Sometimes I just say stuff.
It sounds good, so it just kind of comes rolling out.
Sure.
Sure.
It'd be
There
nice.
was a device.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they did like what they did with that game Threes. I don't know if you guys have heard of that game.
No.
It's just a little. It's just one of those little time waster games. It's available on Xbox One, and you can snap it over to the side and play, like, watch something on the main screen and play Threes.
Oh my gosh.
while you're watching whatever.
No
Wow.
kidding.
So if they were to make Trivia Crack available like that, that would be it'd be so nice.
Dangerous?
And dangerous.
That's the word you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think that's a cool idea, and I hope they do more of that. Having those little small mini games
Sidebar games.
that you can play in the side. I'd do that if I had a movie or TV show on the main one in my Plex app. Then I'd play whatever.
Sure.
I need to check out 3s. I haven't ever played it, but I hear it's similarly addictive.
Yes, and let's face it.
The
for those
cat
of
is
you
making his
playing
presence
along with
known.
the home game, yeah, the cat is
Drugs, man.
exploding.
Capital D drugs. A little concerned at this point. She may have gotten into the narcotics stage.
Do we know? Did we put the catnip up?
Beats me.
Anyway,
We should finish this up before she
Yeah,
goes.
we should finish this up.
if we don't show up at work tomorrow, could you guys send somebody around to the house just to check on us? Just just saying, is a thing.
Thank
Anyway.
God we're still filming.
Yep.
This moment will be captured forever. Anywho,
Trivia Crack.
Yeah, Trivia Crack. What else
Sorry.
have you been playing there?
A little bit of Dragon Age. Haven't done as much of that this week, but a little bit. I am still working on Dust.
Yes.
My-
An Elysian
our-
Tale.
Yes, an Elysium Tale, which has been a fun little distraction. Also, in honor of Brick, also getting into Fallout for the first time. I decided to bust out an old Fallout New Vegas character.
Mhm.
So that's been fun. I've been messing with
I
that.
love that game.
It's
pretty
so good. And Fallout 3, so awesome.
The cat is freaking out.
Yeah, just let
Again.
It go. Just let it happen.
Just don't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact with her. You'll be fine.
Okay.
It'll be okay.
No sudden movements. Got it.
Nope.
You are freaking out, and
And she is. But and I even found a new glitch last night that I've never seen. Sent evidence of it to everybody here and to Brick. It was creepy.
Yeah, a little creepy.
your amazing 3-headed clone
For those of you that have played
buried
the game,
up to the chest. Yeah.
yeah, you may remember the mercenaries outside of Jacobstown. The NCR hired mercenaries. I sent them toddling on their way, and then a short while later ran into them frozen into the earth, about knee deep, and it had merged into 3 people merged into one 3-faced thing that I couldn't even kill.
It was disturbing.
It was really creepy looking.
Straight out of John Carpenter's The Thing.
It really
with
was.
Less tentacles.
Yeah, about that gross.
Yep.
Except for you couldn't kill it and get rid of it. So I made sure I shared with everybody else right before I went to bed,
Like you do.
like you do.
Like you do.
And that's what I've been playing.
Very
Nice.
Willem?
Just a little bit of the Trivia Crack. I still blame Brick.
As you should.
I miss the Words with Friends craze. I would refuse to touch Candy Crush Saga. But Trivia Crack, damn your eyes,
Yeah.
has got me looking at my phone more than I ever intended to.
Right.
Beyond that, I've managed to get roughly 3 hours of Destiny in this week. No,
Excellent.
that's not true. That's not true. 3 hours during the work week. I did have a good run last Monday.
Yeah.
Got to experience the end game of Crota for Destiny. Which
I had
is
to leave.
the
It sucked.
Crota raid. Yeah, you missed, and that was on Vault of Glass. So we still
that's right.
should have finished the Vault of Glass. But I did Crota with the cheese method, as my friends called it. So that will no longer exist after Tuesday. We'll have to do it the old-fashioned way, and actually work together and kill them.
Now, which glitch did you use to get through him? Where you drop him down on one knee?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, we used the one knee glitch. He goes down, he stays down. You pick off the ads while one guy grabs a sword and basically
wails on
bashes
him.
his face off, and it's all good.
There is a way to
minutes.
spawn 2 of those swords.
Yes, and that is also going to be nerfed.
Yeah.
Much nerfing. Thank you, Brian Regan. Coming this way, courtesy of Bungie, due to the popularity of people finding an exploit and then smearing it all over the internet. So we are our own worst enemies, and kudos to Bungie to try and keep us honest. The good news is, though, is that I believe it's Irier, the Death Singer, and for those of you that haven't played the raid, this will all be meaningless garbage. And I've seen her twice. She's finally going to become a loot point for the Crota raid, which is a large sticking point. Her name's Iriu, the Death Singer. She's a wizard pre-Crota, so it's part of the raid. But she's a very, very tough encounter, especially if you do the cheese method. She's much more difficult than Crota himself.
Right.
But one of the sticking points with players was that she wasn't a loot point. You didn't get anything for destroying her.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to fix that, and they're going to make amends with that as well. So
Imagine
some benefit.
that made some people a little cranky.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough fight.
Notice Cranky is getting something for free.
Right.
Apparently. Apparently that's just...
All faith in humanity draining out of my ear hole. Just one.
Just one ear hole?
It's me having a spastic convulsion over here. So they're making some changes, so be prepared for that. It remains. A couple more months we'll have the next DLC drop. I still refuse to call it expansion material, but we'll have the next DLC hit, and we'll see what happens then. But that's about it. And some Magic 2015, Magic the Gathering 2015 for the Xbox One.
I even saw you play that.
Yes.
That was what you were doing before we came down here.
Yes.
This is true?
Yes. I finally beat the damn Hydras. I was very happy.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh, excellent. Good for you. And for me, a little bit of Destiny, a whole lot of Trivia Crack.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much
so
it.
much Trivia Crack.
So much trivia.
Yeah. So I'm playing with you two. Played a little bit. Sam, Jordan, Brick, Jessica, Michelle, and Matt.
Dang.
Wow.
AZ Raider Hater Matt.
Yeah.
So, and that I'm level 30.
Yeah.
I have answered 500 questions correctly.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I also today got the achievement for answering 100 science questions correctly. So
Well done.
yeah,
Nice.
over 100. Yeah, because that's my best category. I'm my lowest category is 68%, and that rotates between sports, arts, and geography.
Yep.
They're all within a point of each other, and they all say that they're my worst category.
Sure.
And then science is at 80%.
Okay.
So
Nice.
yeah,
Very good.
with the entertainment in the 70s, and what's the other one? No, that's it. No, wait, there's one more. History.
Art.
History is up
Okay.
there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, my history and entertainment are about the same. Science is my top, and then the other three are rotating as
Yep.
for last place.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Sports is easily my worst category with, I think I have a 52% rate on that right now, and I'm surprised, frankly, that it's that high.
As
We're going to be honest.
Well, they do have a fair amount of questions about Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos.
And
But-
I've not seen any of those, I don't think.
Oh, yeah. But when they ask me things like who won the 2007 World Series or stuff like that, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
Some guy. I don't know.
Some guy. Can I skip this? No?
Please.
Dang it.
Yeah. So that's about that. So this next... see, what else what's coming up this next week? I don't know. Anything exciting?
Not
No.
for me.
Maybe I'll open one of my other games.
What?
Ooh.
I've got 3 games that are sitting in the packaging. Those would be Assassin's Creed Unity,
Yes.
Far Cry 4, and Metro Redo.
if you make
2014,
it Far
20
Cry
whatever.
4, I
20
still think that's going to be the winner from the Christmas gift card-a-palooza. So,
Oh, yeah?
So Far Cry 4 may be my next purchase,
Okay.
if nothing else, because I would like to play with our dearly departed Sam again, who has abandoned us to the wilds of destiny for NBA and Madden, of all things.
Ugh.
So yeah, consider Far Cry 4, and I'll consider picking it up. And if
Okay.
not, I'll do
If
Shadow
I don't love it,
I'll figure it out.
you can just borrow my copy.
There's that too.
Yeah.
I still think I have your copy of Rise. So
No, you gave it back last week.
I gave it back to you last week. Never mind.
Yep.
Good talk.
Good talk. All right, I think that's it. That's about a show.
That's about a show.
Excellent.
Anything else?
No, I think
No?
that about covers it. That is it
Okay.
in a nutshell.
So this is us saying good night and good evening for episode 307 of the Lobbycast.
We will see you next week.
And if you don't see us next week, it's because the cat killed us all.
That's true.
True story.
So
Yeah.
good night and good luck.